But as I'm getting older, I'm trying to make bigger leaps and just take a little bit from the last painting and give something different to the next painting. But I say I took some from Man on Fire to this, but what I did before I did Domino, I did a commercial for Amazon.com, and I experimented for Domino with that commercial in terms of speed changes. Speed changes being people on film function normally at 24 frames, but I was shooting them at 1 frame a second and cutting that into a dialogue sequence. I was shooting at 6 frames a second and then printing at 6, which gives a sort of weird streaking effect, which is all over this particular movie, and that effect was always driven by how I thought the characters were seeing things or how I thought the characters were feeling things, and especially Domino.
The technique of the hand-cranked camera that he started to employ in Man on Fire, I think he's refined even further in this film, and I think he's taken it to a level of just really astonishing artistry. And a lot of the editing happened in camera because these hand-cranked cameras that he's had specially designed, rewinding the film through the gate that's being exposed again. The images are being kind of crunched and re-exposed over the negative in such a way that it's editorial by chance. There isn't a motor spinning that crank, it's someone's hand going, slow, fast, back, forward, and it creates sort of you don't know exactly what you're going to get, and that's part of the magic. What Tony, I think, loves about the hand-cranked camera is that it does what it's going to do, and you're stuck with it, and you're locked into it. And if you're only covering a scene with the hand-cranked camera, you're stuck with all that because it's on the negative and it's not exposed in a linear fashion or in a traditional fashion of film running through a gate once. It's going through the gate multiple times and in different directions and at different speeds. And like I said, that's the sense of adventure that Tony has. And this is a very ultimately, I think, a very subversive film. And it's kind of amazing that it got made at all. It's the perseverance of Tony and pushing it through the system. And, Samuel Hadida definitely rescued this film at the last moment when it was sort of no one was willing